D, I like it.
Just wanted to first open up just wanted to first ask both of you guys just on Monty being NBA Coach of the Year. We hadn't had a chance to ask you guys that, so just your thoughts, both of you guys' thoughts on that.
I mean, you know where we stand. We were preaching about it since last year. We feel it should have been a back-to-back, but we're past that, and we're really excited for him and his family. And for him to take in that moment with his family was important for us to see. I know very important to him. He has kids that are getting older, that are off to college and living in different states. So for everybody there to be supportive of him, it was a great thing to see.
Yeah, along with what Book said, for me to start his first year being a head coach, being with him then and being with him now, and to see how much we didn't got a chance to grow, apart from each other now, grow together. I can't be happier for him and his family.
Second thing I had was just you guys started that second half. I think it was a 19-4 run. Just what was clicking or working. Obviously, you guys got steals on one end, but just overall, what do you feel like was the difference in that early start to the third?
Just defense, defending at a high level, making it tough on them, keeping them out of our paint, and then just getting on transition and playing, the basketball that we play.
Chris, looking at the end of the game, the way with Biyombo and Marquise, and then Marquise going in the tunnel, just how did the team respond to all of that at the end of a game that you guys were very dominant in?
I don't know. I was sitting on the bench. So it's playoff basketball. Happens, you move on, we get ready for Game 6.
Chris, with all due respect, I would be remiss not to ask how these last 48 hours have been for you, considering the way Game 4 ended with your family and moving on from that.
Appreciate it. They're good. My family all good, so appreciate it.
Chris, I wanted to ask you about the shirt you're wearing and just the thoughts you have about the status of Brittany Griner right now.
Yeah, I think us along with, this ain't even just the NBA, WNBA thing. I think everybody wants her home. You know what I mean? She is a huge part of the community here. We all support her, just want to try to get her home as soon as possible. You know what I mean? So it was all in support of BG. We miss seeing her at the practice facility day in and day out. So just trying to get her home.
Look, what did you think of the play of Landry with you alongside you?
Super aggressive and super confident, and that's exactly what we need out of him. And taking pressure off Chris and I with bringing the ball up and getting us in actions and getting us in sets. So, I think it was a big game for him, and it was good for us to see that.
Chris, how did you see Mikal really accept the challenge on Doncic tonight, making it as tough as possible?
Kel, he does it all year. You know what I mean? I think tonight was no exception. Kel guards him most of the game, but they usually set screens to get Kel off of him. You know what I mean? So Kel was amazing, but tonight it was a team effort. Cam Johnson, all the guys that, our bigs did a great job of just making it tough on them. It's always going to be hard to shut a guy out. I don't think that's ever going to happen, but guys did a great job tonight.
Look, with the three-point defense, it felt like in that third quarter you guys just took it to a completely different level. What were you seeing as far as not only your guys' ability to defend one-on-one, but kind of put a little more pressure on the ball as well?
Yeah, like Chris said, tough matchups, especially with Luka getting in the paint, and you think he's going to shoot it, and he sprays it out for a three. It's kind of different than what you're used to or what we play against normally. So, we have to make adjustments, and that's what we did. But just make it tough on them, limit the other guys. We understand he's going to score the ball some, but once all the other guys get going, especially if there's 3 or 4 of them, it's tough for us.
Chris, Biyombo was out on the perimeter a couple of times and was able to stick with the shooters and the ball handlers. What did you see from his performance tonight?
Busy is just a great player. You know what I mean? He's been in this league for a while, so he's seen a lot of different things. And at a certain point, it just comes down to grit. You know what I mean? And just want to. And Busy, JaVale, DA, all those guys, they did a great job. I think we're fortunate to have 3 different centers like that you can rotate and trust them all at any given time.
I got one for each of you guys. Devin, just the run you all went on in the third and all the talk coming out of your guys' camp leading into Game 5 was it's offense will be all right, but defensively we got to make our mark. You forced 12 turnovers as a team, 7 of them coming from steals. Could you feel the intensity ramp up, and what was the key to put that performance off?
I mean, we study film. I mean, coaches come in with the adjustments, and we make them and we follow it. I mean, we pride ourselves on the defense end all year. I think that's when we're at our best, when we're not taking the ball out the hoop and having to play a slower paced game. We like getting stops, getting out in transition because, you know, we have a lot of athletes, you know, a lot of people that can make plays for each other. So, you know, it's kind of everybody make a play for each other type of offense and, you know, best available shot.
And Chris, just one more looking back to Game 4. What do you think of the resolution that the Mavericks organization had in terms of kicking the fans out and having basically what amounts to a 7-month ban?
I don't know about all that. I know Nico reached out, so did Mark. So like I said, my family's all good and well. So, yeah, I appreciate it.
For both of you guys, that third quarter, I think, also had 18 points off turnovers. When you're able to get out in transition like that, what does it do for kind of the energy?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even listening. What'd you say?
When you're able to get out in transition like you guys were, especially in the third, what does that do for just the energy?
I think it does a lot for us because in order to get out in transition, that means that we got stops on the defensive end. You know, and at Game 3 and 4, I think it really bothered us a lot because we sort of hung our hat all season long on the defensive end. You know, and it's just deflating when you aren't making teams miss. You sort of hoping they miss. And so we just wanted to try to be better on the defensive end tonight and let everything else take care of itself.
Look, how did it feel to get that reporting scoop yesterday?
Oh, it felt good, man. I told Coach walking out, I was like, I'm breaking it. And he's like, go ahead, young buck.
Sources.
Yep, sources. So y'all better watch out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Shit, better ask Woj.
We can't do what you do. You can do what we do.
I can see you out there, Kellen.
You revealed your source, though.
Huh?
You revealed your source. Most people don't do that.
I know. I got
So, Chris, I just had
Devin, kind of a random stat, but you're one of 18 NBA players ever to have at least 800 career points in his first 30 playoff games. I know you got a late start, obviously, in your career in the postseason,
Yeah.
but obviously you're kind of a veteran now.
Why are you gonna bring that up?
Why was it funny?
No, because why you bring that
Why
up?
was it funny?
Do you feel like an old vet in the playoffs now? Like, how have you changed over those 30 games?
I mean, this is just what I've been preparing for. Even those seasons that we didn't make it, like I sat there and, you know, I took that anger to the gym and just imagined myself and just being in those situations. And, you know, imagination is a big part of this. So I had to use some imagination on playing in playoff games in my workout. So I guess it's working out a little bit, but we got some room to go.
Chris, I just wanted to ask, you had talked about earlier in your career when you was having to guard, you know, really guard guys on that perimeter. Now having Luka and Brunson, what's that been like for you? 2 different body types, 2 different styles, and having to guard both guys.
It's fun, man. I probably one of the few guys in the league who like defense. You know what I mean? It's always challenging. You know what I mean? I always say, you know, to go into a game and just know you're going to shoot 35 shots a night, you know what I mean? I've always had a lot of respect for guys who play both ends, the guys who defend and do things that don't show up on the stat sheet. So it's always fun to try to compete and learn how to try to figure out and slow guys down.
Chris Paul and Devin Booker, 3D.
Love it. Best backcourt in left, right?
Oh,